If you think senior living facilities are always safe, think again. Behind the welcoming smiles, the neatly made beds, and the polished floors, something more dangerous could be lurking. Invisible threats. Things that can quietly wear down your memory, affect your balance, even weaken your immune system, without a single warning sign. And here's the scary part, most families never know until it's too late. But you're not here to be left in the dark. You're here because you care, about yourself, your parents, your future. If you or someone you love is in a senior care facility, this may be the most important video you'll watch this year. Tap like to protect more families. Hit subscribe to join thousands learning how to age with power, not fear. Because better aging starts with the truth, especially the ones no one wants you to know. Maybe you've walked into a senior living facility recently to visit a parent, a spouse, or a dear friend. You smiled when you saw them. They smiled back. But something felt off. Their eyes looked a little duller. Their posture more hunched. Their voice? Slower. Weaker. And as they spoke, your mind kept flashing back to a few weeks ago when they were sharper. More alert. Steadier on their feet. You try to shake the feeling. Maybe it's just age. Maybe they didn't sleep well. But then it happens again the next time you visit. They forget things mid-sentence. They grip your arm harder when they walk. They complain of just not feeling right. And you start to wonder, is something happening in this place that I can't see? You're not imagining it. See, most senior living facilities look clean. But there's a big difference between looking clean and being safe. Because hidden in the walls, under the sinks, and inside the air vents are substances that can chip away at health little by little. Toxins that affect memory, weaken muscles, interrupt hormones, and make the golden years feel foggy, heavy, and disconnected. The worst part? Many of these toxins are entirely preventable. But most facilities won't talk about them. Some don't even know they're there. And the people who suffer most are the ones who trust them most. That's why we're diving into the 8 hidden toxins almost no one talks about, so you can recognize the signs early and protect the people you love. You deserve better. Let's talk about how to spot the danger and what to do about it. Loretta was 76 when she moved into what seemed like the perfect place. A spotless, high-end senior living facility. Polished floors. Courteous staff. Daily activities. Even a chef-prepared meal plan. Her daughter, Alina, had done her research. She toured 6 different homes, read every review, and chose the one with the best reputation. The first few weeks were smooth. Loretta made friends. Joined the garden club. She even joked that she had more of a social life now than she did in her 60s. But then, little things started to shift. Loretta, who used to wake up early and do stretches by the window, began sleeping in late. She started repeating stories. Losing her words mid-sentence. Her once glowing skin became pale, dry, and irritated. Alina chalked it up to adjustment. Moving at that age is no small thing, after all. But the changes didn't stop. They worsened. Loretta stopped joining group lunches. She complained of random headaches and said her eyes felt foggy. One afternoon, she got lost walking back from the mailroom. Alina was terrified. She took her to the doctor, several times. Each time, the tests came back fine. Blood pressure? Normal. Heart? Stable. Cognitive decline? Possibly age-related. It didn't sit right. And that's when Alina decided to bring in a private home health nurse for a second opinion. Within minutes of walking into the facility, the nurse paused. She looked up at the ceiling vents. Walked over to the windows. Checked the bathroom tiles and sniffed under the sink. Then she turned to Alina and said quietly, "Greater than, do you smell that faint, sweet musty odor? That's not normal. I think this place has mold." No one else had noticed. Not the staff. Not the doctors. But that one clue led to a deeper investigation, and what they found was disturbing. Black mold, hidden in the HVAC system and under the shower tiles in multiple rooms. It had likely been there for years. Invisible. Odorless to most. But for Loretta, it had been silently affecting her lungs, her immune system, and even her brain. And she wasn't the only one. 3 other residents on her floor had also complained of fatigue, memory fog, and skin issues. What looked like aging was actually exposure. And had Alina not trusted her instincts, Loretta's decline would have continued, undiagnosed, untreated, and preventable. This was the moment that changed everything. Because once you see how the environment can shape your health, you never unsee it. Toxin number 1, air fresheners and fragrances. You walk into a senior facility lobby and notice that strong fresh linen or spring meadow scent. It smells clean, but here's the truth. That scent often comes from chemicals called VOCs, volatile organic compounds, that evaporate into the air and are breathed in every minute. For most adults, these chemicals might cause mild irritation. But for seniors with sensitive lungs or weaker immune systems, they can trigger serious problems: respiratory inflammation, headaches, watery eyes, sinus congestion, and brain fog. Many seniors feel off, but it's often dismissed as normal aging. These air fresheners don't just mask odors, they introduce harmful toxins. Studies show over 75% of air fresheners tested contain neurotoxins linked to memory and hormone problems. Imagine trying to enjoy a puzzle or chat while breathing invisible fumes that confuse your brain and tire your body. Most facilities use these scents to mask odors, not to clean. The smell tricks us into thinking the place is sanitary, but it's a false sense of safety. The fix? Ask about fragrance-free policies, request fragrance-free rooms, or bring a small air purifier. Even cracking a window helps. You're not being sensitive, you're protecting your lungs. Greater than it smells clean, but that clean smell could be hurting your lungs. Toxin number 2, old wallpaper and paint. At first glance, an older senior living facility might feel charming. Warm colored walls. Vintage wallpaper. A bit of nostalgia, maybe even comfort. But behind that old world charm could be hiding one of the most dangerous toxins seniors face today, and it's not what you see. It's what you don't. If the building was built before 1978, there's a very real chance that the walls are coated in lead-based paint. Now, you might be thinking, but that was decades ago, wouldn't that be gone by now? Not necessarily. Many older facilities have been repainted over the years, but that original layer of lead can still sit underneath, sealed in. And with time, moisture, or even minor wall damage, that toxic dust can be released back into the air. Lead exposure isn't just a children's issue. In older adults, even low levels of lead can cause memory loss, high blood pressure, mood changes, and accelerated cognitive decline. It literally interferes with the way your brain communicates. And then there's the wallpaper. It may look decorative, but what's behind it could be far more sinister. When wallpaper traps moisture, especially in humid environments like bathrooms or poorly ventilated rooms, it creates the perfect breeding ground for mold. Not the kind that's easy to spot. This is hidden mold. Dark, silent, and dangerous. You can't always smell it. You won't see it unless the wallpaper peels. But your body will feel it. Seniors living with low-grade mold exposure often experience unexplained fatigue, breathing difficulty, immune suppression, and mental fog that's mistaken for early dementia. One nurse told me about a resident who kept getting colds over and over again, no matter how careful they were. It wasn't until maintenance peeled back the wallpaper in her room that they found black mold climbing halfway up the wall. And she'd been sleeping inches away from it for months. So how do you protect yourself or your loved one? Ask questions. What year was the building constructed? When were the last major renovations? Have they done recent air quality or mold tests? You're not being picky, you're advocating for safety. Because what's in the walls does affect what's happening in the body. If the building was built before 1978, there's a hidden threat in the walls. Don't wait for symptoms to start before asking the right questions. A simple inspection now could save years of struggle later. Toxin number 3, cleaning chemicals. Walk down the hallway of almost any senior living facility in the early morning, and you'll likely smell it, that strong, sharp scent of bleach. Disinfectant. Chemical clean. It's meant to reassure you. To tell you, this place is sanitary. Safe. Taken care of. But what if that smell isn't safety? What if it's a warning? Most senior facilities rely on industrial-strength cleaning chemicals every single day. They mop floors with ammonia-based products. They spray surfaces with bleach and quaternary ammonium compounds. They wipe down rooms with harsh disinfectants that linger in the air long after the cloth is gone. And it's those lingering vapors, the ones you breathe in over and over again, that slowly start to chip away at your health. For older adults, even small daily exposures can build up fast. The results? Chronic skin irritation, breathing problems, eye burning, and in some cases, even damage to the nervous system. One hidden danger is formaldehyde, often found in so-called deep clean sprays and wipes. It's a known carcinogen. But more immediately, it can cause confusion, coughing, and fatigue, especially for those with asthma, COPD, or compromised immune systems. One resident described it like this: every time they cleaned my room, I'd get a headache and couldn't think straight for hours. That's not aging. That's chemical overload. Even more disturbing, many of these chemicals combine when used back to back. Bleach plus ammonia? That creates chloramine gas, a dangerous compound that can seriously harm lungs and airways. And in closed environments, like a small room or shared bathroom, those fumes don't just dissipate. They linger. On surfaces. In the air. In your lungs. So what can you do? Start by asking questions. What products are being used for cleaning? Are they hospital grade but non-toxic? Are there fragrance-free or natural options available? Many facilities will make adjustments if families request safer alternatives. There are powerful, effective disinfectants today made from plant enzymes or peroxide blends that kill bacteria without harming people. And if you're a resident, ask for better ventilation after cleaning. Open windows if allowed. Use a personal air purifier. Or request cleaning during times when you can step outside. Because staying healthy shouldn't come at the cost of breathing clean air. What's used to sanitize might actually be poisoning the air. A spotless room means nothing. The very products used to clean it are slowly taking your vitality. Toxin number 4, plastic mattress covers. Most senior living facilities use waterproof mattress covers. It sounds responsible, keeping the bed clean, sanitary, and protected from spills. But what's protecting you from the mattress cover? Many of these covers are made from PVC, a type of plastic known to release harmful chemicals through a process called off-gassing. Especially in warm rooms or under body heat, these covers can emit phthalates, chemical compounds linked to hormone disruption, poor sleep quality, and even respiratory issues. And here's the part most people miss: your body spends 6 to 9 hours a night in direct contact with that surface. Your face is close. Your skin is pressed against it. And your body is supposed to be resting, not absorbing chemical fumes. One resident said it best: every night, I'd wake up sweaty, restless, like my body was trying to get away from the bed. What's worse, plastic covers trap heat and moisture. That disrupts sleep cycles, reduces deep REM rest, and can even increase risk for skin irritation, rashes, and pressure sores. So what's the fix? Ask for organic cotton covers or breathable, medical-grade alternatives. Look for options labeled PVC-free and phthalate-free. And if you're a caregiver or advocate, speak up. The surface meant to protect shouldn't silently poison. The bed meant to protect might be disrupting deep rest every single night. Because when sleep suffers, everything suffers, from memory to immunity to mood. And better rest starts with a better surface. Toxin number 5, flame retardants in furniture. That soft recliner in the lounge. The cozy couch in the TV room. Even the chair in your own room that you sit on every day, they might all be laced with a class of chemicals known as PBDEs, polybrominated diphenyl ethers, commonly used as flame retardants in upholstered furniture. While originally added for fire safety, we now know PBDEs come with a serious trade-off. They leach out of the foam over time, settling into dust, onto skin, into the air. And for seniors, who often spend hours sitting or reclining, that exposure adds up fast. Studies have linked PBDEs to thyroid hormone disruption, decreased attention and memory, higher risk of certain cancers, and weakened immune function. One caregiver recalled watching her mother, once sharp and spirited, begin to zone out more during conversations. They thought it was aging, until they learned about her exposure. The same chair she loved had tested high for PBDEs. The tricky part? These chemicals are invisible. They don't smell. You can't see them. And in older furniture, especially pieces manufactured before 2015, they're nearly guaranteed to be present. So what can you do? Ask about the furnishings. Were they made after the 2015 PBDE phase out? Are they labeled TB 117/2013 compliant, meaning low or no flame retardant? Request replacements or slipcovers made from natural fabrics like wool or organic cotton. And if you can't swap them out, vacuum often with a HEPA filter to reduce toxic dust buildup. Because for older adults, something as simple as where you sit can quietly shape how you feel, think, and heal. Sitting down should feel safe, not subtly toxic. Toxin number 6, outdated HVAC systems. You walk into the room and take a breath. It feels fine. Maybe a little stale. But what you can't see, and barely notice, could be affecting you every minute of the day. Most senior living facilities rely on central HVAC systems to control temperature and airflow. But here's the problem: if those systems are outdated or rarely serviced, they can become breeding grounds for toxins. Behind the vents, mold spores grow in hidden damp areas. Dust and pet dander collect in filters that haven't been changed in months. And in some cases, bacteria circulate directly into the rooms, recirculating old, contaminated air. For seniors, this isn't just a comfort issue. It's a health risk. Breathing contaminated air can lead to chronic sinus infections, respiratory flare-ups, brain fog from low oxygen circulation, and worsened symptoms of asthma, COPD, or sleep apnea. One resident described it like this: greater than I felt tired all day, like I hadn't taken a deep breath in weeks. I didn't realize it was the air, not me. So how do you protect yourself? Ask the facility staff when the HVAC system was last serviced. It should be cleaned and inspected at least twice a year. Request the use of portable HEPA air purifiers in private rooms, especially if you're experiencing frequent coughing, sneezing, or fatigue. If the room smells musty or stale, trust your nose, it's often the first warning sign. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about what's in your room. It's what's circulating through it. Fresh air isn't a luxury, it's a foundation for clear thinking, strong lungs, and good sleep. Toxin number 7, non-stick pans in the kitchen. Many senior living facilities rely on non-stick pans in their kitchens because they're easy to clean and prevent food from sticking. But there's a hidden danger lurking in these pans: chemicals called PFOAs and PFAS, often referred to as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment or the body. When these non-stick pans get scratched or overheated, these toxic substances can leach into the food you eat every day. For seniors, this exposure can lead to serious health issues, including liver strain, hormone disruption, and increased cholesterol levels, all of which can undermine energy levels and overall wellness. I spoke with a resident who, despite eating balanced and nutritious meals, felt her energy slowly decline over several months. The turning point came when the facility replaced the non-stick cookware with stainless steel and ceramic options. Almost immediately, she reported feeling more energetic and clear-headed. The fix is simple: if you or your loved one live in a senior facility, ask the kitchen staff to switch to safer cookware options like stainless steel or ceramic pans. These materials don't release harmful chemicals, keeping meals truly healthy from start to finish. Because yes, the food might be healthy, but what about the pan it's cooked in? It's a small change that can protect your health every time you sit down to eat. Toxin number 8, laundry products. That fresh, clean smell from freshly washed clothes and linens? It might feel comforting, but it often hides a toxic truth. Many senior living facilities rely on synthetic detergents, dryer sheets, and fabric softeners loaded with harsh chemicals and fragrances. These products contain phthalates, parabens, and artificial dyes that cling to your skin and clothes. For seniors, this exposure can cause persistent skin rashes and irritation, headaches and dizziness from strong fragrances, long-term toxin buildup affecting the immune and nervous system. One daughter told me how her mother's unexplained skin flare-ups disappeared after switching to natural, fragrance-free laundry products brought from home. What's the fix? If you or your loved one live in a facility, bring your own natural, fragrance-free detergents and avoid dryer sheets. Or politely request the staff to switch to gentler, hypoallergenic products. Many facilities are open to safer alternatives when asked. Remember, fresh shouldn't come at the cost of health. Fresh laundry shouldn't come with hidden chemicals. Your skin is your largest organ, it deserves clean, safe care every day. Most seniors never realize these hidden toxins are affecting them, until memory starts to slip, breathing gets harder, or worse, a fall happens. But here's the truth, awareness is power. These aren't just small details or harmless quirks. They're the difference between a slow decline and truly thriving in your golden years. Have you or a loved one experienced strange symptoms or unexplained health changes while in a care facility? Please share your story in the comments. Your experience could protect someone else from the same struggle. And if you're serious about aging with strength, clarity, and control, hit subscribe. Join thousands who are taking charge of their health and their environment. Remember, you're not fragile or broken. You're simply living in a place that hasn't caught up with your strength yet. Protect your space. Protect your future. One informed choice at a time.